Hi, welcome back to another episode of Insights with Young Living. It's a very interesting time that we're going through right now. Not a very pleasant one, but interesting nonetheless. At a time when life events are not allowed and physical contact is strongly discouraged, how does one still conduct an engaging and interactive DIY class with a group of people? Arnie is here to give you the step by step from her playbook and the reasons why she did what she did over the last Live Your Passion rally in April. Arnie, thank you so much for taking the time to join me today.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me and reaching out to me, actually.
Of
It feels
course, I
really
mean,
good.
when I heard of what you were going to do, I was so intrigued and impressed because it's the first time I've ever heard of any Live Your Passion rally host going to that extent. Yeah, so talk us through your motivation. What happened?
Well, actually, this idea came about. It wasn't supposed to be for LYPR. It was supposed to be for a workshop in March. I usually try to have a workshop or a small little class that I gather around friends so that they can bring their own new friends, to introduce oils. Sort of like take time off from anything and all that. Anyways, so March was getting a little bit bad in terms of whatever that's going on with the situation, right? So my invitation got rescheduled twice, and then we went into almost the circuit break lockdown mode. So LYPR was there. I was signed up in LYPR in any case. Yeah. So I was thinking like, hang on, okay, I had a wellness theme that I actually wanted to do for LYPR, but it didn't pull through. So I had used my workshop for the perfume session instead. So I didn't know how it was ever going to happen. I have absolutely no clue. I went like, okay, pause for a moment. And one day we actually had a catch up call just with friends, with Audrey and with Michelle one morning to talk about everything and anything. And like, just to have a laugh sometime, to just get back some momentum because at my office, it was just so dead. Everything else was so dead. So we just wanted to have some giggles. So in that giggle catch up, we were looking at some other, people IGs, and we were also talking about like, asking each other, so how things are going on, and exchange notes. And I was like highlighting to them my issues. I say, hey guys, I've got this perfume workshop coming. I mean, like I had this perfume workshop scheduled, but it's being rescheduled because people are not well and they're afraid to come over. So what do I do? So after the much laughter and after looking around at the IGs, we stop here and there. Somehow or rather, with looking at the creativity of other people, not specifically the same idea, somehow or rather that creativity sparked in us. It's like, oh, hey, wait a minute, we could do, a send in a box. Yes, there's something else. Like you could package something and then you could just send things out over to them. And then, like once you have the workshop or LYPR session, they receive the item and then they can actually do it with you. And they were like, "Will it be fun?" And boom, was where it actually went on. So I was like, yeah. Went on to search a little bit more things. Like I did up the menu. So I reached out to the friends who actually was initially sign up with the classes, who were interested. And they went like, oh, it's virtual, it's going virtual. So what is it, So in my communication, my first communication, it was just a picture of a box. And then it was just like, putting up some new stuff inside here, something special. I just sent coming right away, limited for few boxes only. So that sort of like enticed people. And it creates traction, and it creates like, what is she doing? You know, I mean,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
how?
So what turned out to be a very harmless catch-up session just to
Yes.
pick your day up at work,
Yes.
it turned out to be something amazing.
Yes.
You got inspired from there.
Correct, exactly. And
Nice.
people and friends liked it. So how we did it was they responded back with the scent that they wanted. And then after that, they make their payment. Cashless like via PayNow. We didn't have to meet anybody. And
Completely safe, completely distanced.
safe, completely distant. Yes. In the meantime, I was out looking around for cute little boxes, but keeping the
Right.
prices down in
Right.
any case, because
Right.
it's always good to manage that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I actually sent the boxes over. Times I didn't even send it by mail. It was me driving over and just dropping the boxes over.
It's got to be the world's classiest courier.
I didn't have to meet up with them. It's just like, hey, it's there, I just put it there. I gotta go
Yeah.
run back, okay,
Yeah.
see you later, okay? So let's just meet up over on the session. So
Yeah.
and come LYPR, what happens is that everybody logged on. I send them the Zoom link and they've got the boxes ready. So I a little bit of explanation about what we're going to do.
Didn't anyone open the boxes before and
they
try
did.
it themselves?
They did. Somebody, yes, they did.
Okay.
They did. And they say, hey, what's this? What's this for? They're just wondering, hey, they did. But the sheer of how do you do it? What do you mix with what? How do you start? Because although I've got the recipe cards inside the box, I did not have instructions. Yeah, I just had the recipe card and that. So the instruction, you do it with me. So I had people who actually joining the LYPR session with me, but they didn't have a box. So what happened was that because they didn't have time to respond back to me, I didn't have the time, to actually send it over to them. So what happened was they tuned, they watched over everything, and they responded after the workshop. Hey, I want this box.
Right.
It's over to me.
Right.
So I said, okay, cool. Now you know how to do it. I'll send you over the box, and in any case, I'll touch base with you back again after this session. So then again, it's a good fluid communication, because not only you speak with them during the workshops or the classes, you get to actually catch up with them back again later after that. And I think that's a nice feeling right now with the traction and with all the things that's going on here.
Right.
Keeping the communication up virtually,
Yeah.
it's going to be the new norm.
And you mentioned earlier you've got 3 boys.
Yes, I have 3 bubbly boys.
So 3 boys, a full-time job, Young Living, and then sharing your passion, sharing your message of Young Living
Yes.
products and natural wellness,
Yes.
conducting classes. How do you divide your time, Arnie?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Someone asked me this as well, when I was delivering oils to her, a good friend of mine, Ping, can mention her name. So she's like, how do you get all this energy? To be honest with you, I don't know. I take one day at a time, and in that one day time, I plan out. But I do have a schedule. In the beginning, it was I was, scrambling through a lot of things. But after a while, I took a time and sit down and I plan out. I take 3 to 4 days in a week. I set 1.5 hours to 2 hours, be it me sending oils to friends, be it me, checking my emails, be it me fully speaking to some friends, in my chat group, because I set up social media that works, that helps. Yeah. And also setting up in virtual office, you can actually set up reports.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go and look at organization every time. You just set up specific reports that you want. Who's ranking up? Who's going to be in? You pull out those kind of reports. You customize it. So that's been helping me out. And I use these times to actually, after work, after the kids have gone back to sleep, or sometimes even when the kids are still trying to figure out to go to sleep, I'm like, I'm just leaving you there, I need my space, okay?
Right.
And I'll be just doing my work. Yeah.
I love that everything is about optimization, right?
Yes. You
Like the
optimize.
best results with the least amount of effort and time put in.
Correct.
And by doing that, you save a lot of time and you've got more for other things.
Correct, exactly.
Nice.
And I'm actually quite grateful that, YL Virtual Office actually have all these tools.
Mm,
You never knew what you till you take that 5-10 minutes, speak to your friends,
mm.
put your hands in there. Sometimes you need to feel it. Sometimes you need to go through it. Even if you don't know how to maneuver it, just do it.
Just try.
Just try. Yes,
Mm.
many times errors, mistakes, this and that, and I still ask big
But that's how you
questions.
learn,
Correct,
right?
exactly, and yeah, that's how you learn.
Right. So here's a moment now for myself and everyone else who's watching and listening to learn. We need to know step by step, Arnie, how you did your LYPR, how
Ah,
you step by step, how you packaged everything together. Okay, let's go all the way even before that, right? You knew you wanted to come up with a perfume workshop, a DIY
yes,
perfume workshop.
yes.
How did you end up with a menu? How did you put the menu together? And how did you know what you needed to package together? Everything. Give us a step by step.
Okay, the empty bottles. So I've got
Okay,
a
an
15
empty spray bottle.
Yes, empty
Okay.
spray bottles, nice ones.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have drums, drums of the essential oils.
Right.
So
So you
when
divide the essential oils
correct
into very
to
small.
what they actually order, what they choose, and then I pick out those oils, and then according to the ingredients,
According
the
to the recipe that
recipes,
they've selected.
correct.
Ah,
I
nice.
actually put the exact amount of oils. So let's say if they need geranium, 10 drops, I'll put 10 drops of geranium in there. Likewise, if they need lavender or something else, or let's say patchouli, I'll do that. Okay. So then I also bag crystals. So I've got amethyst, I've got quartz, clear quartz, and then
Wow,
rose
there's
quartz.
so much value in that box.
Yeah, but well, you gotta be smart about where you go. So you go look out for places where for the crystals, I actually went over to Chinatown and find out at those places. You go and look around at they've got all the either the wholesales, and then you ask. So for the crystals, they are the small pieces. The broken pieces are not expensive. They're like about say $12,
For a lot?
for a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and that lot could probably make me another 10, 15
15
classes.
portions. Wow.
Yes, if I wanted to, because you
Wow.
don't need so much.
That's all right.
Right?
Yeah.
So I bagged up the crystals in the clear chiffon bags. I already have this chiffon because I
You
keep
buy them
doing
wholesale.
correct, exactly, buy them
Right.
wholesales. So I bag them up and then put it together in there, and then I put the recipe card in there. So I send it over to them by mail. Those that I can send by mail, but those that I did not have, I was
Show
like
up
a
at the
send.
door with
Yeah,
a
I
big
show up the door
smile.
like, hi, hello, this is yours. Or even if they don't ring the bell, say it's. I actually put it up there. I took a picture and then
Yeah.
go and pick it up. It's there. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, sure, fine. We're not at home. Before that, we'll pick it up. Then come on the day itself.
Mm-hmm.
I told them, hey, it's a session. Come log in.
Right.
Get ready. And
Right.
everybody.
Right.
there.
I love it.
Yeah. We were then doing the oils together. I was explaining to them what are the top notes, what are the middle notes, what are the base notes. Obviously, I was actually talking about
Guitars.
toxics. Yes,
When I was hearing the notes, that's all I was thinking about. Guitars. Is she
Guitars?
talking about guitars? No. No, she's talking about scent notes.
yes, the
Okay.
scent notes. So then with the cards, and the ingredients, everybody started to open up the and then started to drop
Yeah.
which one first, because
Yeah.
they need to know which is the base notes,
Right.
the scents,
Right.
and then the top notes and the middle notes and the top notes. So
Right.
it was interesting. I was doing it together with them, and then they were watching me do it, and then after that, we were all doing things together. So everybody was in their own world, but we, in their own world,
In their own
literally.
environment.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
at homes, but we
Yeah.
were somehow together doing it together, and I think it's very empowering. Don't close off yourself. Talk to your subconscious. That's the powerful tool, because your subconscious got
Yeah.
but talk to them. No, I
Yeah.
can do this. I think it's something interesting. Come on, you know? So let that gut down. Let that little child.
Sure. Exactly, Arnie. I love
Yes.
the message that you have there. You shall be known from today onwards as the queen of optimization. Thank you so much, though, for
Welcome.
taking the time to talk to us.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Arnie sharing her step by step from her playbook as to how to conduct an engaging and interactive LYPR or a DIY class virtually. I'm sure you've learned as much as I have. Tune in more next week for the next episode so you can learn more from another leader. Thank you very much. Good night.